scary. People are giving up their land.
Listen, don't tell them what to do with their land.
I have to put something in every time because I'm not allowed to say. anything
I
about
was told by many farmers, don't tell us what to do with our land. We will do what we want with our land.
that. Okay.
So to me, the matter of local concern,
Second,
dialogue, or you-
No, I was just gonna say that I can tell you this project has come before the Greenwich Planning Board and has been the subject of much discussion for quite some time.
Yeah.
So Greenwich is not, let's put it this way, they're not ignoring this, so.
and as well as any large scale, solar projects that are going to come before any town, are going to be looked at, significantly, moving forward. I think many citizens have voiced their concern about staring at solar fields as opposed to staring at, farmland. And I think there's, from ag and farmland protection, there's concerns about making sure that we protect, fertile farmland. So, but again, if a farmer wants to, take a portion of their land and, dedicate to solar voltaics because that's their concern and that's what they want to do, then that's their prerogative. Yeah.
Makes sense financially.
Exactly, yeah, as long as it makes sense financially.
It's pretty hard to get 1,200 bucks an acre product.
Right. Well, the hope is that they make the solar voltaics high enough so that they can still use the land for, whether it's grazing or other stuff as well.
For goats.
Exactly. All right, motion on the floor to matter of local concern, second by Deb. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Do we have another? We have another there?
Yes, well, so the next project was submitted under the Town of Hebron Planning Board for consideration for major subdivision, but because we're not authorized to review GML 239 and by the Board of Supervisors, I placed it under other and as more of a notice, but maybe with a little discussion because it is a larger project. Roger, did you want to say?
We discussed it all you want, there's no action.
There's
taken
no
because you're
action.
not authorized to take action.
No authorization for action or
So
letter.
in other words, going forward. So you just, as we did on the first discussion.
And I could say that the Town of Hebron Planning Board and the clients, the solar energy company, both really wish that it would be here. So they're in favor of our looking at this anyway.
Go ahead.
So just, I can tell you that with some conversations with the Hebron Planning Board, they did have a number of questions and concerns. But after we explained that the planning agent doesn't do subdivision review, I said, if you will put in writing what your questions for discussions are, we can certainly put them on the table for discussion. But I don't think we got anything from them
No, we
other than
didn't.
the actual submission. So discussion is going to have to be at the town planning board level.
So just as a summary, this is a located at 7849 State Route 22, tax ID 44-1-22. And the project is a Hebron solar energy generating plant. That is not subject to GML 239. Norbit Solar, Hebron Sites 1 through 4 proposes to construct a 20 megawatt solar farm consisting of 4 adjacent contiguous sites with 5 megawatts each on 176 acres. The proposed project area occupies a portion of a single tax parcel. All lands occupied by the project are a mix of vacant agricultural or wooded cover. The project will include a permeable pavement travel access road for construction and maintenance, access, perimeter fencing, safety signage, and associated utility grid interconnection facility. Disturbance anticipated to be 2.75 acres. Existing on-road access off of County Route 31. Limited use previous access road off State Route 22. Wetland delineation and SWMPP included in the application. And so I just made a couple of notes, the highway, not 22, the other one. Yes, thank you. It does kind of bisect or it comes at the top end of the parcel. That's going to be part of the array. And so, you know, I didn't see a solar glare plan in the application. So I noticed that. Large scale projects can also include solar facility operation and maintenance plans and decommissioning and site restoration plans. I just wanted to point out that that wasn't submitted with the full statement. And that perhaps referring the town board to NYSERDA to read more and learn more about that. So that's all I had to say. Is there any discussion in looking at that application, which is that large?
This is just for the subdivision, right?
Is it just for the?
Right, so it may come back because it's on those rural county and state routes. This is the subdivision portion, which we have no jurisdiction.
Right, but they, important piece of information, the town of Hebron doesn't have subdivision.
Right.
That's what made this.
Well, you either have zoning.
Or they're planning,
You don't,
but they still have planning.
right,
And planning.
but you're planning, there's planning. So, you know, you can only review, you can review, so it might come back again because it's on those town and county and state roads.
Right, the project might come
Right,
back.
with no jurisdiction,
Right.
you can make helpful hints and suggestions, that's about it. And I think, you know, made them.
Right.
You know, comments that are in there.
The only thing I would add is, so far as I'm aware, this is still the case. Large-scale solar projects are defined by ORIS, which is the Office of Renewable Energy Siting, as 25 megawatts or greater.
Okay.
20 to 25 megawatt projects have the option of going through the old Article 10 process or being handled through ORIS. So depending on the Article 10 process is typically like a multi-year process. So depending on whether Norba went through Article 10 or if they went through ORIS, would have a lot to do with whether they're required to have a decommissioning plan, et cetera, because the regulations for both processes are different.
So we don't need any action on that.
No action.
Yeah, the notices there.
Yeah, just a few notices. There's a public hearing notice and person or public agency is invited for a requested variance from a APA Act shoreline restriction, requested variance from these shoreline restrictions. But we also looked at this project in August of this year, and it's the town of Fort Anne along North Bay, low intensity rural use and proposed expansion of a pre-existing single family dwelling within the shoreline setback of Highland Park. But there are no comments, or it's just an invitation to us to comment if we wanted to. And the second public notice from APA is for a permit issued, town of Fort Anne, Washington County, Pilot Knob Road, rural use. There are 3 parcels involved, and this is for 3-lot subdivision of 540 acres and a construction of 3 new single-family dwellings, and then refer to permit for more details. And you know, these projects and notices are published on Washington County Planning GML 239 website for public to see if they wish. So this one we saw in December of 2021. The third public notice is 2009-0264A, and this is for a permit issued at the town of Putnam on Bacchus Lane in a designation rural use, a construction of a detached garage on a 2-acre parcel, 2-lot subdivision improved by a single family dwelling with 4 sheds. Refer to permit for more details. That one we may have seen way back, but I didn't have record of it, so but it was probably during the planning board years. If there's no thoughts or comments on those. One last little notice that didn't have to be done there, but I received a notice that May 29th, 2023 marks the anniversary of Washington County Ag District number C8, which was first formed on May 29th, 1975. So consistent with the requirements of Ag and Markets Law, our legislative body must conduct a review of the district. So it's a notice about that.
So we had an ag and market meeting last Thursday and we reviewed local aid.
Done. Reviewed.
And Laura Chadwick has the update from that. So,
Okay. And so that's it for today.
any other business? We're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
It was,